Hello, hello to everyone. I'm Elmer Soriano from the Asian School of Governance, and we're doing this video briefing for the City Futures Lab. We have with us June Sarmiento, the COO of the P. Sarmiento Group of Companies, COO for Mindanao, for the uh, group of companies. So we'll hear from June Sarmiento about their project in Para. June?
Yes. May I share my screen, Doc?
Yes, yes, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. So wait. Okay. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'll start with the context. So the project site is in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao. So recently, EDCOM 2 gave this information out. If you the top 10 divisions with most struggling readers. So if you'll notice, a lot of it are located in Barm. May double counting pa dyan kasi Lamitan City is also located in Basilan. So basically, you can have an imagination of the state of yung readership or yung level ng readers natin dito sa Barm. But the question is parang why is it like that? Parang this is for me this is just a symptom of the state of the collective, the Barm Bangsamoro collective, na they are not able to access their function the frontal cortex too much, 'di ba? Kasi they're stuck in survival mode. So, just a brief overview. I have um some readings kasi recently. I read a lot about trauma and polyvagal theory. So, just a background. Itong polyvagal theory, as I understand, it's a way to understand how your sense of safety affects your behavior. So, understandably, BARM, going through decades, if not centuries of warfare, medyo intergenerational na talaga yung trauma dito. So, the BARM collective is more or less, you will stuck in survival mode. And because of that, it's not, you can understand why they cannot access fully their brain power. So we want to shift that. We want to shift and give them a chance to be able to improve their life, for them to figure out their way forward. So I'll start with a quote from Albert Einstein, who said, "No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it." So now I'll let's go to the our projects. So our projects are focused on three main clusters: Site A, Site B, and Site C. All of these are near the upcoming soon to be built new Barm Regional Government Center, which is around 30 minutes drive away from Cotabato City, where the Regional Government Center is currently located. So this is a 200 hectare estate which will accommodate all of the regional government offices. They will consolidate it there in their new compound, and from there it will serve as the administrative seat of the new administrative seat of the Bangsamoro. So our main project, the really top one flagship project, flagship project that we are pushing is the township of the regional government employees. We call it Landas, Project Landas. And our vision is for it to be the home of Bangsamoro's best and brightest. So imagine this space. We are looking at, wait, we are looking at this master plan. So we already had a master plan concept built, designed. So we're looking at this this 150 hectare development with mixed use. So you will notice here on the upper right, the different zonings. So the brown portions are the residential areas, totaling around 50 hectares. The yellow portion is for a 7 hectare apartment cluster. We have red portions for commercial. In that purple portion is reserved for hotel and MICE facilities. And then the blue area is one of the main components, the anchors of our development, which is a university zone, which we are also proposing to be a multiversity zone. So all of this, we are imagining it to be as green space, lots of green space, walkable, bikeable, and this we are imagining it to be within a framework of 15-minute city, 15-minute community. So we have a unique chance in BARM kasi it's a blank slate basically. They have already declared, they already purchased the property for the new government seat. They already allocated the 15 billion budget for it. And then adjacent to us, fortunately adjacent to them, we have property that we have designed as a master plan to capture the something like 5,000 to 8,000 regional government employees who will work in the regional government center. So that's our target market. You want them to uh, consider a kind of behavior where they don't need cars anymore. They could just walk to work and or bike to work or just use electric public transport. So we have that kind of opportunity right now, which considering what's happening right now with the fuel prices, uh, 'di ba? Things are transport is really affecting everything. So we have a unique opportunity here to build a new model. Now we are not we are not susceptible to the effects of fuel price hike. So we want this to be a center of innovation and collaboration. So the university zone is around 15 hectares, more or less. And then initially we were talking with Mindanao State University, Maguindanao campus to locate there. But now we are reimagining it. Maybe it's better for it to be a multi collaborative space. So that's why we're talking with Doc Elmer, and we're hoping that through our initial partnerships, we could attract uh, other entities to co-locate, and then together let's build a space there where we could collaborate with BARM's best and brightest and upgrade them, upgrade their know-how, their skills, their academic credentials, so that they could apply and be more efficient in their delivery of government services. So this is coincidentally here in our barangay. So in this barangay, there's already a regional science high school. So this is I think this is the only regional science high school in the whole of BARM. So matagal lang nakapwesto dito. And then there was also a law that was passed about Bangsamoro Science High School, and in the law it was proposed to be also built here in this barangay. So imagine from high school, there's science centers, and then we have a university zone. So from that stage, we could groom them to all the way to hanggang gusto nilang maging kung gusto nilang magtrabaho sa government all the way kaya natin in that same space we could be the safe zone for them to access their best and brightest to make it fully functional. So for this to succeed, it has to be threat free. And we have a unique opportunity also here because embedded na dito, if you see there are empty spaces here, these are also our areas. So in this area right here, where the mouse pointer is right now, there is a PNP mobile battalion unit na checkpoint there. Matagal lang nakapwesto dyan. Itong this white rectangle right here is use of frac agreement with the Coast Guard BARM. So they're gonna build a regional training center there. And then there's another space here for police substation. So more or less you'll see triangulated yung security within this area. And if in case na ano, we have in case there's gonna be some trouble, well, I think we could build parang create a rapid response that could deter any threat and respond to any threat immediately. So that is the no, one project, diba? I mentioned earlier there's three projects. So the second project
So this
is
site is the
yeah,
200 hectares, is that correct?
this is
In
around
this photo?
150 hectares. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Sige.
yeah. So yung imagination natin dito, regional government employees, we create spaces for them where there's more chances for them to interact para ma-lessen yung friction in between government agencies para when pumasok sila sa regional government center, mas madali yung ano nila, yung pag-work together para mas
So we want
smoother
them to
ang
be neighbors and friends and
yeah,
barkada to each other. The
yes, yes, yes,
children go to school together.
yes,
Their
yes,
co-parents in the
yeah,
parent-teachers association meetings. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
parang ganito, my thinking is if our children uh play together, there's no reason for us to not go along together, diba? So better chances for the adults to be in good terms if their children get along. So that kind of space, we're imagining that kind of space, and we need other people to help us imagine how to make that happen, architecturally, designing the flows and the ambiance. How do we make that happen? So that is for site A. So let's proceed to site C. Site C na, so site A, this is the parang conceptual renders ng feel ng ng areas. So ito yung on the left side, that's the main entrance sa center ng township. And then the upper right and yeah, upper right and and lower right, that's the commercial spaces. So encouraging interaction among the residents and visitors. So this slide, you'll the left and the upper right is the views of the university zone. So you will also find here the lowest area. So we're looking at collecting the flow of water, making it a water feature. So help also cool down the whole vicinity. The right side, that's part of the residential zone D. You'll see emphasizing walkability in the community. And in the center, this one now is view of the apartment cluster portion. So aside from and so we're imagining 5-story mid-rise level apartments that would cater to also government employees but also to students. So gusto natin magkaroon ng space yung students na para maramdaman nila yung at that early stage at interaction na with government. And then parang if they want to go to that direction, then it's easy for them to cross over and serve in the government. So there, parang serene, di ba? Ganyan classic feel. So let's proceed to site C. This is around 400 hectares. And the vision here is also to do a township, but socialized. So we do a social, yung concept rin natin dito is 15-minute community. So a big portion of that, we want to stabilize the power generation. Kasi in our area, which is under the Magelco franchise, medyo alanganin pa yung power situation. So we want to address that. And I think we have sufficient space to address that using renewable or circular solutions. So we're looking at agro or aquavoltaic or waste to energy. And then uh, agro or aquavoltaic kasi we want also the under the solar panels to be productive as well. So to enhance food security. And then adjacent to that, around that area, we're envisioning an agro-industrial estate para yung mga raw mats from other areas ma-process. Kasi this one is also near the Polyok Freeport, the only freeport of Barb right now. So strategic siya. If there's processing there, it could position towards export. So, and being also close to Polyok Port and also to the proposed new airport, then logistics hub can also be a possibility. And then we're also looking at halal processing or feeds. Kasi currently, you see Barm, the Muslim area. So, malakas sa chicken. Pero, halos lahat ng chicken dito imported. So, walang nagfo-focus sa chicken, sa poultry industry dito. Walang internal players yung Barm. So, you want to catalyze halal poultry industry. So maybe something like feeds feeds production here, and then maybe day old chicks para ma-distribute mo yung day old chicks elsewhere sa mga growers around, 'di ba? To help the other communities have their own food production. So already talking with some people. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of groups right now looking at the solar possibility. Kasi this is one title lang contiguous eh. So malaking we are optimistic that we could do something about this na positive. And yeah, yung focus natin dito is yun nga, socialized township. So whereas in the site A, we're envisioning na more academic yung pag-up skill ng mga tao doon. This one naman, are imagining more on like technical. So baka more on TESDA like yung mga school dito sa area na to. So anong kailangan ng mga skills para sa mga agro-industrial locators dito? That's what we focus on. Or maybe even if there are exportable skills like yung mga caregiving or yung mga electrician or seafarers, ganyan, baka pwedeng around here, we could also do something na dito yung training ground for them. So, yeah. Itong, this slide is, this presentation kasi is the one I presented to the Committee of Human Settlements is Bangkas Samoro Transition Authority recently. So one of the key problems that we want to address is here, how to solve this equation, how to make housing affordable. So you want to the brain power to increase the household income, to reduce the housing cost, and to reduce household expenditure. By parang exploring in the different clusters. So yeah. So both townships above, both townships are envisioned to be 15-minute communities. Yeah. Wait lang. Let me go back to that slide. There. 15-minute communities. I think this is possible. And then let's take a look lang muna at there's a slide here about the BARM budget, yung block grant. Kasi what the BARM is trying to do is to attract investors. But investors are medyo alangan pumasok because of the security situation. So the BARM's parang stimulus, kung baga, is heavily reliant now on the block grant. Diba? So this should be spent wisely. So how do we spend this wisely? I think having 15-minute communities will help make the spending more local and mas maiikot within the communities. So mas ma-maximize. So sana, yun nga, we focus on localizing, parang spending, developing local and making the economy also local. And kung ma-develop na enough, then that's when we go export. And yeah, for both communities, we are looking at the digital twin approach, sir. Yung meron tayong mga access na mga help na we could help plan this better. Maybe let's try to pioneer or prototype planning with digital twin. Kasi we have LiDAR naman. And then that could be the parang template siguro to start. And then let's see how we could go about it. Sana makakakuha tayong mga partners who will help us steer towards that para yung BARM kasi kalat-kalat yung yung communities niya. So and medyo mahirap yung access. So maybe if we are able to pilot here, make it work, then maybe we could easier plan out the other communities in the succeeding developments. So what we're trying to build is good neighborhoods because we believe that good neighborhoods make good neighbors. And then also we're also approaching this na it takes a village to raise a child. So we're trying to create these good neighborhoods to help raise the next generation of Bangsamoro na hindi na sana ganun yung magiging rating sa leadership, di ba, sa comprehension. We're hoping na mag-improve drastically because we are creating these kinds of communities. We want to create model communities that are replicable in other areas. So with this, I'd like to go to my next visual. Kasi I created parang how are these stitched together. So the three clusters are here found in the three slides. So site A is here. So imagine that the Bar Regional Government seat, the Landas Township, and then the Bangsamoro Multiversity are just walking distance away. So they just go around walking distance, they just go here walking distance, and then when they come out of here, mas malaki na yung ano nila, 'di ba? Yung know-how nila to better deliver services. And then from this Bangsamoro Multiversity, we are encouraging participation from outside na gustong tumulong para to help upgrade the skills of the BARM. So how is this connected to the other place? So let's go muna to the site C, yung Balanghay Bangsamoro. So that's where we stabilize the power security. We also give the jobs to the socialized township residents. And then we create a Parter Town Center probably kasi parang may BIMP Iaga thing eh. So maybe we could do something about that there, it being near Polyok also. And then we encourage, if this has power generation, kasi may kausapin tayo mga interested yun nga, solar power generation. There's also some people interested to come in to make electric vehicles. So maybe, especially right now, di ba, with the uh, fuel price going crazy. So maybe that's a good approach na let's try to do something here na ano na more electric based. So with that, we could stitch together the different communities using electric mobility, even the trucking, we could do it electric kasi if you have trucks are electrified, then maybe when they go to their distant communities na hindi pa wala pang electrification, they could serve as batteries for the township while waiting for the for produce to load ganun, di ba? So parang may ganun klaseng approach. So yung MILF camps pwedeng mag-participate kasi sa MILF camps din they're supposed to be like camp transformation plans eh. So how do we stitch them in the big picture? So maybe their raw produce, we could truck it to the processing para to command better value. And then the site B natin is a 50-hectare fish pond where we gave 5 hectares to the Cotabato State University to establish their school of fisheries. So we're hoping that something happens there where we could enhance the food security using aquaculture. And from there, yung production nila will help also stabilize yung food security nitong dalawang communities initially. And then from there, yeah, ganon, replicate. So all of this connected and then hoping na mag-serve as model to be replicated in the other Bangsamoro communities. So basically all of this, what we're hoping is to encase them in a PPP framework. Kasi kami, as a private entity, this is like really large scale and we can't do it alone. So we want the help of the public definitely, the government definitely. So yeah, we also want, that's why yung si Doc Elmer, yung PPP center natin, sana we could help imagine how to approach this. That would really help. I think that's it for now, Doc Elmer,
Okay.
unless you have questions.
Sige, thanks for that, June.
Mm.
I'm glad that you know, in the Sarmiento group, PS group has deep and broad imagination for what can be, which is great. And I think we could be modeling way for urban planning and urban renewal for the older cities outside of BARM. They can look at this model and
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, okay, pwede palang ganyan." No? Yeah. I have a question. So, students who will come on board as fellows will need data in terms of starting point. Now, what kind of data sets do you have that you're ready to share to students? Either openly shared online, people can just download, or they can request specific data sets. Do you have any, what kind of uh, data sets do you have that students can work with?
Okay, so maybe we could share our LiDAR point cloud. So basically, the 3D point cloud of the project area of Site A, yung Project Landas, that we could share. So from there, students can better imagine, so zoom in into the components of where they want to focus on. Kasi, uh, like right now, no, I came from the meeting kanina with
Oh, you're in
Ministry of
Parang right
Human.
now, right? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, parang right now, I came from a meeting with human settlements kasi we want to start on some, kasi when I presented this to the Bangsamoro Transition Authority Committee of Human Settlements, gusto nila simulan to. So, pinag-usapan namin paano ba namin sisimulan to. So, yung pinaka nakita naming feasible na masimulan is itong residential zone A. So this residential zone is a 25-hectare area on top with a hill on and this open space here is the at the top of the hill. And has a 360-degree view looking at Cotabato. You can see Cotabato City from here. You can see the new government center. You can see Iliana Bay, Polyok Port. So medyo maganda siyang pasyalan. So maganda
mhm.
siyang, kumbaga, maganda siyang open space, maganda siyang puntahan ng public. So maybe if as one of the pilot projects, maybe we could envision something like a peace playground or architectural feature there that would encourage the public to go up. Kasi in this area, we're attracting for the first wave of locate residents, and the some of the Bangsamoro ministers, members of parliament already nga want to locate nga eh. So sila yung parang imagine natin, tsaka yung mga key government executives, sila yung gusto natin paunahin dito para ma-lock in na natin na gusto nilang mangyari itong township na to, kumbaga. So, if they locate
Are these
here,
the
yeah,
five-story
this is
buildings
the
or
parang house and lot. The five-story
house and
nandito
lot?
sa
Okay.
down, sa baba.
Okay.
So dito parang house and lot yung approach, pero yung sa top, baka pwede tayong gumawa ng space that would encourage interaction among the leadership and the common tao para
Mhm.
magkaroon ng on the ground feel yung mga tao. Kasi medyo yung reality and social dynamics dito medyo may malayo yung yung gap
Mhm.
ng rich and poor eh. So kung ma-closer natin doon ba para ma-feel ng mga nasa taas ano yung sitwasyon ng nasa baba. 'Di ba? Baka we could help do something about the equity also, the social equity. So what kind of space do you imagine that we could put there that would encourage that kind of interaction? Mga ganong klase. And also, we also had a discussion kanina kasi this red area here, this is dito yung nagsa-slow down. This is a national highway from Cotabato City, and then it slows down, going right, going to up towards Pagadian. If you go left, that's going towards the regional government center. So this square here, this polygon here, that's our envisioned transport terminal. So dyan yung bagsakan. Kumbaga, kung sa Manila, yung parang imagination natin dito, yung Ayala 1 ba yun? Ayala 1 terminal.
Mhm. Mhm. Sa
So,
Makati.
dyan yung bagsakan.
Yeah.
Oh, tapos from there, we distribute to the near environments. So we want also a conversation with MOTC para how do we build that space para ma-encourage natin na to go towards public transport. Dahil kanina galing ako sa existing government center, ang hirap ng sitwasyon kasi lahat puro mga sasakyan, walang maparkingan, uh, hirap lumabas ng mga sasakyan. So medyo if you're imagining 5,000, 'di ba? 5,000 employees having their own cars, parking pa lang, laking space na ng konsumo. So, we want to, for them to consider a different kind of behavior. You don't need cars. Let's just, let's have the, in the parking space, let's have it as, public spaces for interaction.
So we also want to
What's that, sir?
we also want to attract students who will model out the transport systems.
Yes, yes. Transport systems, the flow, transport systems, and saka open spaces. Ano yung mga points of
Okay,
interaction? Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. O sige, maybe you can no, give a shout out, make an invite potential students, researchers, academics to this fellowship program that we're planning as we conclude.
Okay, sige. Uh, so I believe everybody there, especially in Manila right now, and or anywhere in the nation, we all feel the gravity of being dependent on and on private transport to get around. 'Di ba? Ang layo ng if we work we reside far from work, we are so dependent on our on private uh transport. Talagang nagsasuffer tayo. So here we have a chance to give a different kind of better quality of life to uh uh sa mga bangsamoro who have been felt lacking for so long. So maybe we could help each other to give them that kind of chance. Kasi this is their blank slate eh. Just try to give them a better quality of life, and from there we can all learn from it and maybe replicate in our own areas. We could build a home for their best and brightest. And imagine, one of the darkest places in the Philippines, if you build this bright spot there, di ba? This will also trickle down in other areas. Parang makikita to, it could be a bright light in the whole of the country. We hope na you could donate your brain power to help figure out the many problems facing BARM. Sana pagtulungan natin. Let's help build a better Bangsamoro.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. June Sarmiento, COO for Mindanao for the ES Group of Companies.
Thank you.